In this video I will talk about motivation for this course. As you know, the title of this course has two phrases. The first phrase is extreme values. The second phrase is financial risk. And these two phrases are related to each other, of course. So if you look at the first phrase, extreme values, extreme values can cause a lot of things. I mean, in finance, right, it can cause stock markets to crash, it can cause stock markets to boom, and so on, right? So and the second phrase is financial risk. So for example, a stock market crash or stock market boom can be caused by extremely high values of stock returns or extremely low values of stock returns, right? So right, so as I said before, the two phrases, extreme values and financial risk, are related to each other. And in this course I will talk about both extreme values and financial risk. So some parts of this course will focus on extreme values, and the remaining parts the remaining parts of the course will focus on financial risk. So for example, I may start with the part that focuses on extreme values and then move on to a part that focuses on financial risk, and then move back to a part that focuses on extreme values, and so on. All right. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is what is the use of this course. I mean, what's the use of this course? I mean, in other words, what can you get out of this course? I will mention just two things, right? The first one is you can use what you learn from this course and what you learn from other courses you will take in the future to try to minimize the chance try to minimize the chance of financial disasters from happening. As you know, there have been, in your lifetime and in my lifetime, there have been many financial disasters happening, right? Yeah. And you can use what you learn in this course and other courses to try to minimize. You can't completely eliminate the chance, but you can try to minimize the chance of financial disasters. And the next thing you can do is try to determine fraudulent activities whenever they occur. As you know, that there have been many people working in stock markets who have made millions or billions of dollars out of fraud, right? And these people use stock market crashes and stock market booms for their own selfish interests. Okay, so one thing you can do using this course is to try to determine fraudulent activities and catch the people who are responsible for these activities. Okay, and that way the world will become a better place. Okay. All right, now let me show you some of the financial disasters that have occurred in my lifetime and in your lifetime. So let's start with this one here. This is the, don't know if you can see this clearly. Let me see. Okay, here we go. This is the Black Monday crash on the 19th of October 1987. As you can see, the Dow Jones index crashed from about 2,500 down to 1,900. So it's a big decline in the stock index on the day of 19th of October 87. And the stock market lost about $500 billion on that day. Okay, and the next financial disaster I'd like to show you is this one. This is known as the Japanese. This is the Japanese stock price bubble that happened at the end of 1989, and as you can see from from 1989 down to 1992, the Nikkei index has been on decline, right? And the loss amounted to about $2.7 trillion, which is once again a lot of money. Yeah. The next one is this one. This is the dot-com bubble, which happened during 1999 and 2000. As you can see from the picture, so there's a big decline in the Nasdaq index from the period from 99 down to 2002, right? So after 2002, it has started to recover once again. Okay. Right. The next one is this is the Asian financial crisis of July '97. So you can see there's a steep decline on the Asian dollar index in July '97, and thereafter it has started to increase gradually. Okay, up to what is still increasing gradually. Okay, and the next one and the final one is this one here. This is the Black Wednesday crash of 1992. There are two figures here. The one on the top is the exchange rate of Dutch marks per pound, and the one in the bottom is the UK interest rate. So you can see that the exchange rate of Dutch marks decreased from around 2.8 to 2.4 on the 16th of September 92, right? So it's known as the Black Wednesday crash. So these are some of the financial disasters that have occurred in our lifetime. I'm sure there are others that have occurred in the recent past, and there will be others that will occur in the future. And what you can do as statisticians is try to minimize the chance of these disasters from happening. One way to do that is to use what you learn in this course. All right, the second thing I would like to show you is the financial frauds. As I said before, there have been many fraudsters in the financial sector and made huge amounts of money in billions or millions of dollars, right? So I'll show you some of them now. The first one is this guy here. Bernard, he was a stockbroker. He made $62 billion through fraud, and he's currently serving 150 years in prison. Hopefully he will never get out. Okay. The next one is this guy here. Is Bruno. He was a trader at JP Morgan Chase and Co., also known as the London Whale. He used his position to make a lot of money, and that led to the loss of 6.2 billion losses for the firm in 2012. Okay. And this guy is well known, is Albert. He is actually one of the founding fathers of JP Morgan Chase. Okay. And he made millions of dollars through fraud, but he was not even found guilty of breaking any law because he was over there in the top. So he was untouchable in a way that he was one of the big shots. So he got away with the money. Okay. The next one is Jordan. He's one of the people that took a lot of money through his own firm, right, which employed about 1,000 people, and that firm was shut down in 1998. And the next one is Alan Stanford. He made, once again, a lot of money through his own company, which was called the Stanford Financial Group. And he has been sentenced to 110 years in prison. And hopefully he never gets out. Okay. And the next one is Ivan. He was a stock trader, and he was accused of insider trade scandal in the 1980s, and he served only 3 years in prison. And the next one is Jeff Skilling. He was a CEO of Enron. He was convicted because of the collapse of the company, and he served 14 years in prison. And this is Martha Stewart. This is Martha Stewart, and she is a television personality, and she was accused of insider trading affair and sentenced to prison. And this one is Barry. He founded the ZZZ. He made a lot of money out of that company, and it collapsed in 1987, leading to a loss of $100 million. Okay. Next one is Don Johnson. He was the chief executive for NASDAQ. In 2011, he was accused of insider information. He was only sentenced to 3.5 years for a fraud of $755,000. This guy is Bernard Ebbers. He's a Canadian. He was accused of false financial reporting. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison for 11 billion fraud, 11 billion accounting fraud. And next one is this guy here, Doc Whitman. Um, he was convicted in 2012 about insider trading charges. He was only sentenced to 2 years in prison for a fraud worth $1 million. And the final one is Raj Rajaratnam. He was convicted of insider trading, and he was convicted for 11 years in prison, and he was ordered to pay back about $54 million for fraud. All right, these are some of the fraudsters that were caught in the past. I'm sure there are others who have not been caught, and there will be others in the future who may be caught, right? And what I like you to do is, whatever you learn in this course and other courses, try to use them for good purposes, all right, so that the world can be a better place.